Right, so hi guys. I've wrote this down. This is my opening speech, this. So I thought it was time that we had a nice new guest on this show today. And we had a nice little interview with somebody. We got Close on the Couch, that's what we're going to call it. Closeonthecouch.com. And when I tell you this guy's really interesting, is the things that this guy's going to tell us are like, wow. They sound like a plot from the Business, Danny Dyer film. And I'm not exaggerating either. He's been through a hell of a lot, like addiction, his time in prison in England. Obviously, well, you don't know, obviously. He's been locked up abroad, like banged up abroad, and sort of allegedly, because we don't want nothing's happened to us. What are you looking at?
No, I'm just looking at it.
Oh, okay.
Apologise.
Oh, you might know his voice actually, because he used to be my bloody manager. But he dumped me, and now he's come back now because I've got more followers. he took Miles, didn't you? You had him, didn't you, Miles? So anyway, I'll go off script now. So we're diving straight in, and he's going to sort of give it today. He's just going to touch upon, like sort of get into a bit. Was it Ibiza?
Ibiza, yeah.
Get into Ibiza, what he did there, and then the next video. Keep your eye out for it. It'll be on either later today or tomorrow morning, and that he's going to tell you about the whole experience of being in prison abroad. So right then. So what's your name for everybody who doesn't know?
My name's John.
Right. So John.
John, yeah.
Where you from?
I'm from Sheffield.
Okay.
Brought up in Ely.
Yeah. And how old are you? Let's start.
I am now 56.
Right. And
just 56.
How far are we going back then to the story that we're going to?
We're going back to when I would have been. Well, it was 1994.
Oh, I don't know. Go on, love.
No, I can't either.
Right, a
I
long
was born in
time ago.
67, 77, 87.
How old were you then? Can you remember how old you were when?
87. Hang on, I'm thinking.
Go on.
87. 97. Take off 2. I was 26.
Right. Okay. So, to decide you want, what sort of sent you to Ibiza?
What made me go to Ibiza? I've been talking to a friend in a nightclub.
So you like
through that winter.
Rave scene and stuff?
Yeah. I went into rave scene big, heavily.
Right. Okay.
I stopped drinking. I were a big drinker.
So what were your rave scene like? Mine were happy hardcore. Some viewers were with bassline.
It was the early stuff, the early 90s and the late 80s. Right. It was called hardcore techno.
Right. Okay.
Jungle techno.
That's like.
It was slow. It was like happy hardcore in a way, but.
Were there less vocals for those who?
No, there were vocals in it.
Right.
And pianos, and then there were drum and bass beats just coming through.
Right.
Which were called jungle at the time.
Okay.
But it was 110 BPM, whereas happy hardcore was 180.
Right.
So
okay.
it weren't.
He's a DJ as well, so we're gonna do a bit on that as well.
Yeah.
So go. Yeah.
Yeah. So it were. It was the main part of the rave scene.
Right.
The high part.
Right.
I mean, I travelled country every weekend.
Right.
We went as far as Winchester, which is
just to go to
South
rave.
Coast. Yeah.
To
go to Vision for weekend. I went to Fantasia at Castle Donington. I was a regular at Amnesia House, Shelley's in Stoke.
So if anybody that's sort of younger is talking about things like Greenfields, equivalent to, aren't you, like Ministry of Sound Effect? That's like
Ministry of Sound had just opened.
Yeah.
I weren't so much into the house side, the piano house side. I was into more the drum and bass and jungle.
Yeah.
But it started to speed up.
Right, okay.
And it got to your generation, the middle of 90s.
What you hate.
Which I
hates it.
I think happy hardcore killed the rave scene. But anyway.
That's another debate.
So,
did you obviously, well, not obviously, but did you, what drugs did you use then when you was at these raves? Or any, if any?
Yeah, amphetamine and ecstasy were the regular.
Is amphetamine sort of whiz?
Whiz, speed,
Yeah.
I used to take like a couple of gram of that.
I call it poor man's coke.
It is poor man's. That's what. It's poor man's.
The come down's horrendous, so never really had an issue
That's
with
the
that.
thing.
But
The come down was horrendous. I took that much. I started taking it in week as well. Because I was that tired from weekend on a Monday to go to work.
Well, your house was very clean.
I took half a gram to go to work on a Monday and stuff like that.
Right, okay.
So
So really, drugs dominated your life in every aspect. I mean, you went when you were out clubbing, raving or whatever you want to call it.
I'd been to Northern Soul Scene before.
Yeah, and it
not
broke,
ecstasy, but amphetamine then.
Yeah.
So I've been taking amphetamine at weekends for sort of 7 years.
Was when it was like the whiz and stuff, was that sort of that was the centre of it, or what? Like, I associate going out and something with like ease.
Yeah, well,
has he not quite made it?
No,
yet?
they've not made it into country until where we were going and around Sheffield. You could get an E in 91.
Right, okay.
But it were 25 quid an E.
I know.
So we used to buy 15 quid each. We'd have
and we're
half
not lying there. Like, we're not lying there.
We'd have half a E each, half a dove.
And that'd do you though. That would
do your own life. Yeah, you'd rush for 4 hours on it. And then it'd slowly wear off.
Because what's out now? And it's pure ecstasy.
Oh, crystal.
What am I thinking of? Is it not MCAT, bloody hell? MDMA.
MDMA is ecstasy. It's the derivative ingredient what's in ecstasy.
Right. Okay, so you've gone raving, enjoyed it, obviously done it to the maximum.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people with it, well, all people with addictive personalities.
Yeah.
So then have you just woke up and thought, well, hang on a minute, I could do this in, this. I want to do this rave scene, but in Ibiza.
What happened is Happy Hardcore started.
Yeah.
And I were in my middle 20s, and what set my mind at, I went to a rave and I was dancing, and this kid come up and he was dancing outside of me. He looked at me and he's like whispered in my ear. He says, "How old are you?" And I went, "Why?" 25. And he went, 25? And he was 17.
Right.
And he went, 25 and you're still raving? Mm-hmm. And I thought,
bloody hell, don't sign me off yet.
No. So he just started this scene, mate. You just got into. I said, "How long you been going?" He went,
"A week."
This is third rave I've been to.
Right.
And I think it was Amnesia House Book I Love in Northampton where he said it to me. And I suddenly thought to myself, everybody's getting younger, music's getting faster, and I'm struggling to keep up dancing. So I must be getting older.
Yeah.
So
and it's in bloody whiz.
I've been taking that much amphetamine for that long.
Did it stop doing something?
No, it didn't stop working, but the come downs, instead of just coming down and being a bit depressed, I started getting psychosis.
Okay, that's like a sleeping thing. No,
psychosis is drug-induced psychosis.
Okay.
It's paranoia. I started getting paranoid, thinking my friends were setting me up when I was selling at raves.
Really?
Because I'd started selling easy at raves by this time.
In England, this is
in England. We'd go to like one-off. We weren't selling clubs.
Like one-off events.
Well, I did. I went and sell warehouse in Doncaster.
Oh, BYO.
But the security got onto me and I got battered.
Did you? Well, is that how they kind of dealt with things back then?
They dragged me into between exit doors.
Yeah.
And they got a little scaffolding bar and just whacked me everywhere. I was like a zebra next day.
Wow.
Black bruises everywhere.
Well, it didn't deter you?
It did because I stopped doing it in clubs.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
So we thought, where can we do it?
Yeah.
And obvious thing were like this weekend.
Is this a Pacific friend or close friend, Basil?
Oh, I did it with.
Yeah, who you just been right. Okay.
Well, there were a group of us who used to go raving. They were like 6 girls, 15 lads, and they were
they all just friends?
They'd be like 4
partners?
Cars following each other to raves.
Yeah. Was any girl like was it the what's God? Were you just all like a group of friends, or were you partners? These girls like.
Well, we were all friends, but.
Nothing serious.
Well, we were on ecstasy, weren't we? So every time we come back to somebody's house, said the mum was
friends with benefits.
Yeah, the mum were a nurse, and she'd go to work at 6 in the morning. We'd be coming back at 6, sat in cars up road, and we'd see mum go to work, and then we'd have a chill out in the house for a day. Obviously, girls I ended up sleeping with most of the girls.
Yeah.
At one time or another.
Yeah. Okay.
And my mate said sleep with the one I slept with last week and
vice
versa. It was sex
Yeah,
because we knew sex and ecstasy is lovely.
It was like probably hippie night every day.
Yeah, it was. Well,
spread the love.
Second summer of love was 92, weren't it?
Right, yeah, So you've been beat up then.
Yeah, I've got leathered at BYO, so I thought I ain't selling it. I tried it at Shelley's in Stoke. Same again, got shut down straight. I didn't get back.
What was Shelley's then?
Shelley's was a laser dome.
Right.
It was it was the most publicised drug. And there's been more films and videos made about Shelley's amnesia.
Oh, yeah, you've shown me
any
some
others.
like that.
Yeah, I've shown you some.
Yeah.
And it was really heavily ecstasy and
it was kind of known that if you went to Shelley's...
everybody were on E.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You didn't meet anybody.
It didn't need to sell alcohol.
It didn't sell alcohol.
Oh, right. It was like a BYO.
Cans of pop. Yeah,
oh,
like
right,
BYO.
Okay. Yeah,
There were no pumps.
Right,
It was just a bar with cans of pop in fridges.
For those who don't know what BYO is, it's bring your own.
Bring your own.
Beer
Bring your own.
but
Nobody took beer, they took.
Yeah, of course.
They bought pop. I mean, I've stood at BYO and bought pop and talking to Carl Cox while I'm absolutely off my head on ecstasy.
DJ.
Yeah, I'm off my head on ecstasy and amphetamine, and I couldn't stop talking.
God.
And Carl, he was a nice fella.
Was he?
Yeah, and I talked to him for a good half an hour about after he made his excuses to go.
Yeah.
He walked out with his two security blokes.
Right, yeah.
Was
he like in his heyday then, or was he up and coming?
No, he was in his heyday then.
Yeah, right.
He was main man. He used to play on 3 decks instead
He's
of 2.
done quite a lot of different, like, I remember from hardcore.
He plays everything.
But then he's also does he not do house? Does he not do house
Yeah,
for a bit?
he's big in Ibiza with house.
Yeah.
He plays anything.
You have to go check him out so you know what we're talking about.
There were a club in Ibiza called Space, and he used to play indoor,
Right.
which was with Sasha from Manchester, and
Yeah.
they'd play hard techno,
is
and then
Sasha-
an hour
sorry.
later he'd be on terrace outside with Brandon Block and Alex Plee,
Yeah.
playing piano, happy Ibiza tunes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sasha, is that Sasha who they did some songs in the charts like
No, that's Sash.
that's Sasha it is,
Yeah.
Right,
Sasha
so,
were
we're
one
veering
of
off now.
like Cole Cox, one of original DJs.
Right, so we're veering off now. So we want to get to Ibiza. So how are we getting there?
I got psychosis.
Right, yeah.
I was paranoid to death.
Yeah.
I needed to be on my own.
Right.
And I was surrounded with people. I was working. So I had an accident at 21. I broke some vertebrae in my neck.
God.
So I'd
Well,
been...
you can still dance?
I know. I'd been I was working for council at the time as a
right.
decorator. And
Housing council, like, yeah.
yeah, Sheffield Council.
Yeah.
As a decorator.
Okay.
Sort of
That
doing
were you qualified in then?
Yeah, I went to college and everything, to apprenticeship. And
cool.
because I broke my neck, they wouldn't I wasn't insured to go up ladders and scaffolding.
Oh, right.
Some
okay.
sort of rubbish like that. So they redeployed me, and they redeployed me to a store, Olive Grove warehouse store,
lovely.
with salt domes and
I
was sort of
I don't live far from that, guys.
I was handing out boats and high-vis clothing.
Yeah, and knocking them down.
And shovels and stuff like that to workers over counter.
That's when you said you used to sell them.
We'll
get to that.
I used to sell stuff. I doubled my wage every week. But also, at that time, they offered voluntary redundancy.
Oh, right, okay.
And I'd worked for them for sort of like, what were it? 15 or 20. I'd worked for them for 10 years.
Did you start with YTS course then a bit?
Yeah, 15. Yeah, because I didn't go to school for the last 2 years.
But we've got some stories to tell on council when we get to that bit, haven't we? So you took involuntary...
So I took voluntary redundancy, and they gave me £1,000 a year, so I got 10 grand.
Oh, right.
And no, that were it, just a 10 grand lump sum.
Okay.
Went in the bank.
And how old were you then?
20, 25.
I mean, it's a nice lump sum for anybody, but 25 it's
all right.
And the raver
and I was spending it, and it was going quick.
Yeah.
We're going quick.
Yeah.
So I just one day decided I need to get away because psychosis was killing me.
Yeah.
My best friends I was paranoid of.
Yeah.
I thought when people were talking to each other and I weren't stood with them, that they were talking about me.
Right, yeah.
And that was the
not
amphetamine.
a good place to be, is it?
It weren't the ecstasy, it was the
Mentally as well,
amphetamine.
yeah.
Like you said, poor man's coke, it has a lot of real effects.
Yeah.
made
Do you
it-
think that's down to like what it's cooked with as well?
Yeah,
the
but well,
crapness? Yeah.
well, it's made in people make it in a bath. And it's like all load of chemicals and then chuck a curse of powder in.
Yeah, I know.
It's disgusting stuff. And
stay away from it, guys.
Stay away from amphetamine. It's worse than anything.
Yeah.
So then, just one day I thought, wow, I've got some money in bank. I took £1,000.
Is that what you're down to now? You?
No, I had about £3,000.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But
which is still a considerable.
Yeah,
jump,
I didn't have a bank card out then.
Yeah.
If I wanted money, I used to go to.
You had to do it.
Branch,
didn't you?
Yeah, and go to the counter to draw it out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I went and got £1,000, left £2,000 in there.
Yeah.
And
in case it don't work, like.
Yeah, bought a one-man tent.
Okay.
And a backpack.
Yeah. Do you know where you're going yet?
No, I don't know where I'm going
right,
yet.
okay, yeah.
But at that time, you used to get the Sun or Daily Mirror, and they'd started doing ferries across Channel.
Oh, right.
And you could buy cheap fags. And
yeah,
you were allowed some, or you could buy cheap booze. But yeah, that was it. So it were £1 voucher, so I got on the ferry for £1.
Okay, now.
And crossed, and then I just walked out at compound.
And now we've got Alton Towers tickets, guys.
Yeah.
So you walked out compound.
Walked out at compound, and I started hitchhiking. And in France, if you stick your thumb out, within 4 or 5 cars, somebody stops. It's not like England, where you can stand there for hours.
Oh, they just bleed and leave, you don't? They even drive past them with bloody things, don't they? Them, go on, what's it called? Number plate people.
Yeah, they do, yeah, they do.
You even ignore them.
Yeah, and so I was sort of like campsites.
Right.
I got to a campsite first
night.
You
still don't know where you're going now? No?
Well,
do you know you're heading for Spain?
I'm heading for Spain.
You're heading for Spain, right?
I've been on holiday every year since I was 14.
Right. Okay.
I've been to Lorette, I've been to Benidorm, I've been to Salou.
Right.
I've been to Barcelona a couple of times.
Cool, it's going to suit you.
Yeah, I thought I'll get a job there easy.
Yeah.
I was young, I was lively. I weren't bad looking, I'm an ugly old cunt.
No, but I mean, a lot of people didn't. They just got on a plane or got on a ferry.
Yeah, that's what you had to do. You had to break the ties.
They didn't even have like anywhere to stay, and they just go like and flyers out and that, didn't they?
Yeah,
like, you know, people did daring things like that back then.
My relationship had broke down 2 years prior. That's when I started raving.
Right.
She didn't like me going raving and taking drugs, so it was split up over that. And I've been with her for 7 years since school, sort of thing.
So did she not go raving with you then?
She weren't into that at all.
At all?
She was a drinker and she stayed a drinker, that girl.
Just like in pubs and that?
Yeah, in pub every night.
Yeah.
Because I'd done 10 years of going in pub at night and having 10 pints every night.
Yeah, especially I bet that was a lot to do with council and council people. Yeah, weren't it? Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it was wrong. I was just, in them days, it were a drinker, and like nightclubs before rave scene, you went in and it were for pulling women.
Yeah.
That's what it were for. And if you didn't pull a bird by 1 o'clock, you'd just bang somebody on dance floor and have a fight with
them. You mean fight?
Fighting.
Okay, yeah. So rather women.
Roxy's it were a battleground. And
that were pull a pig, that one, weren't it?
Yeah, you'd be fighting lads from Wyburn, and Wyburn lads would be fighting lads from Ely. But then, when a coach party had come from Barnsley, we'd all not fight each other, we'd get together and we'd fight Barnsley lads and smash coaches up and things like that. Plus I wasn't at matches, I went into football over the games as well.
Bloody hell, we've got loads. Get us back to camping now and hitchhiking.
I'm in France. I'm in France. I hit my first campsite. First night, all I'd got was a bit of weed. Yeah. And I got pissed in like this bar sort of thing. Yeah. And then I took some back to tent, sat in tent. Well, it was nice weather, so I sat with tent open, drinking. Yeah. Having a spliff. And then I hears all these motorbike engines. Right. And about 4 or 5 bikes pulled up on plot at side of me. Right. Within 5 minutes, a big tent's gone up. I start talking to these lads. They smelt the weed. What were like Harley Davidson type? Your bikers, like. Yeah, they were bikers. Yeah, Hells Angels. Yeah, but they weren't Hells Angels. Yeah. They were just bikers. Oh right, okay. But they were youngish. Okay, my age, up to 30 maybe. Okay, cool. Yeah. And they smelt weed, so I got talking to them. Yeah. And it turns out that they were doing the same thing, but they got bikes to go between each campsite. Yeah. Now, one of them said to me, you can get on back of my bike if you want, but I was like, nah, it's all right. You know what I mean? I'll do it this way. Yeah, you want to experience it that way. They told me where they were going down Brittany Coast. What campsites they were going to jump through.
Yeah,
and they were going down, and then over Pyrenees, and they were going to Barcelona.
Right, okay, yeah.
So I bumped into them maybe 4 or 5 times again at other campsites. I'd like overtaken by a couple because they'd hitchhike and they'd stop, and then we'd end up on the same one. Then
or you'd miss them because you were behind.
That's it, yeah. Right. So I ran out of weed, and anyway, I got right down to Perpignan.
All through hitchhiking?
Yeah, hitchhiked all the way. Wow. No, sorry, I caught the train.
Did you?
For about 15 miles or something, because this part, it went towards coast, and there was just no road.
Right, okay.
It were a dual carriageway like motorway.
It weren't feasible to be
it were what they call a toll road in France. You had to pay to go on it.
That's like our Dunham Bridge.
Yeah. And you can't hitchhike on them because police will just arrest you.
Can you? Is that same in England as well?
Yeah, you can't hitchhike on M1. You know what I mean? You can't stand at junction.
No, I know.
You can't stand at the parkway where it turns onto M1.
Because they used to, didn't they, with them signs?
Yeah, they're allowed to do it.
Right, okay.
You, a man with his thumb out, police will get you and move you. You can hitchhike in this country. It's illegal actually in this country.
But
it's not in France.
They're not going to take you to court.
On a B road, they won't bother you. They won't bother you. But in France, it's same on B roads.
Yeah.
You can put your thumb out, they stop, you've gone. Mm-hmm. And I had somewhere.
I bet you made some characters.
Halfway down Brittany Coast, I went inland a bit, and it was a city called Reims, I think it were called. And I had to get round this city, and around it were a ring road, and it were a toll road. Yeah. So I was struggling. So I had to walk backwards on myself. Right. And I put my thumb out, and this girl stopped with a Volkswagen Beetle. Right. And she was a student, she was a pretty little thing. From England? No, she was French. She was French, yeah. She was going to university in Reims. Yeah. But she spoke pretty good English. So I'm talking to her, and she's asking me what I'm doing, where I'm going. And I said, I have to get round Reims to this campsite. Right. And she went, oh no, it'll be dark and you'll not get there in time. Do you want to stay at mine tonight? Go on then. So I stayed at hers for at night, had a shower and everything. Yeah. Come out at shower, and she's laid on bed, just in her knickers on. Yeah. So I thought, well, might as well. Yeah. So did that. Keep it clean, remember. What you do. And then in morning, she got to go to university, which were in the direction I was going. That's when I caught the train. Ah, because she dropped me at the train station at the other side of Reims. Did she sort of advise you to do the train? Yeah. Basically, and she said, catch the train to this campsite, because it's going to take... There were a big gap of no campsite. Right, okay, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I went back towards coast on train. Yeah. Went to this campsite, and then I was back en route. And I did it. It took me 3 weeks to get all the way down France to Perpignan, which is this side of the Pyrenees. Right. And the Pyrenees are mountains. Yeah. And you go over them. You'll have to... I don't know about geography. The Pyrenees are at the bottom of France. Right. You go over them. Yeah. And then you're in Spain. Well, actually, on top of Pyrenees is where the border is. Right. Okay. It runs around Pyrenees. Yeah. So at that point, borders had just been opened up in Europe. Right. It was free flow. Right. Okay. That's when all immigrants started coming here, and we started going there. Yeah. And everything. It was just a lot easier. So I stuck my thumb out at bottom at Pyrenees. I could see it was in front of me. Yeah. I could see roads, windy roads going over and lot. I'm thinking, who's going to take? I was lucky. Wow. A kid stopped in there. Do you remember that Scooby-Doo? Yeah. Do you remember that beetle thing they had in Scooby-Doo? Yeah, that like a beach bugger. Big, massive wheels. Like made of fiberglass. Yeah. They're like a Volkswagen Beetle. Like a Volkswagen Beetle with roof cut off. Yeah, right. And engines at back, it is a Volkswagen engine actually. Right. Well, a kid stopped in one of them. Yeah. So he says, get in. And I'm like, where are you going? He says, I go to the other side of Pyrenees. So I'm like, brilliant. So he took me all the way over the Pyrenees. Oh, and it was like, I don't know, about 16, 18 hour drive. Like wow. So we were stopping. We went through border and boxes were there, were border. Yeah. But the things what used to be down where you'd stop and your passport were just open. They were not in boxes, so you just went straight and we were in Spain.
Wow.
And he dropped me. Oh, I can't remember the place we're called, but where he dropped me. But he dropped me at the other side of the Pyrenees anyway.
Yeah.
And in Spain's not like France or England. You stick your thumb out in Spain,
Yeah, oh God.
you'll be stood there for
A lot
5
longer.
hours.
Oh, right,
Nobody
lovely.
stops. So he dropped me at a train station.
Yeah.
And I thought, where am I going to go now? I've got choice of going on to, I think it was Costa Brava
Right.
first, which is Lorette, Salou, and Benidorm's at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I didn't fancy none of them. And I talked to my mate. I said, didn't I talk to a mate through winter in a club.
Yeah.
And he told me, oh, I went in Ibiza last summer.
Right.
Did all summer.
Yeah.
I says, oh, you're making money. He says, oh, we're just getting an ounce of weed.
Yeah.
Chopping it into eighths and selling it on front.
Okay, right.
And
To
paying
tourists
rent
and that.
to tourists and that. And which didn't enter my mind until, well, I ended up going there, didn't I? Got to Barcelona. I'd been to Barcelona before, so I sort of knew it.
Well, just like an holiday line.
Yeah, I caught a train to Barcelona.
Yeah.
And ferry to Ibiza, or an overnight ferry, so you got on it at sort of 7 at night.
Yeah.
8, I think it was 9 at night actually. Got on it at 9 o'clock. Fall asleep.
Yeah,
You don't. I didn't have money for a private room or all.
Yeah,
but there's like long benches, and they're padded, so everybody would just lay down with their sleeping bags on them.
Yeah.
And I slept for a bit, and I met some lads from Wales, and they'd got a little camper van.
Yeah.
And they were going to Ibiza.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it summer.
Yeah.
Not realising that it's like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And they've got no air conditioning in this
Oh,
camper.
God, love that.
And they were saying we're going to sleep in this, and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be a bit warm. So I got to Ibiza about 7 in the morning. I got a taxi from Ferryport to San Antonio. Went on beach in day, fell asleep, burnt my sen straight away.
Oh, God.
They went to campsite.
Typical English people, aren't they?
There were a campsite just outside San Antonio.
Yeah.
On road as you go out, opposite police station of all places. And then bang at side of a go-kart track. So all chuffing night.
Oh, that's all
It
you
was
could
a
hear.
24-hour go-kart track. All pissheads were flying round on go-karts.
Yeah.
Bang at side. So it was noisy.
Oh, God.
Couldn't
Right.
sleep. So I thought,
Sorry, I'm just making
got
a
to
start.
about 9 at night.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'm going to have a walk into town and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I've never been before. Has he been sick? Is he been sick? We're just going to be sick then. Just
No, I think we're looking at his paws,
oh,
I
it's
think.
gigged.
I'm just making a fag on that.
You alright, Bobby?
Yeah. Bloody mild, he panics as all, you know.
So I walked on front past San Antonio, past what they call fountains, and there's a thing called Egg, and it's a roundabout, and it's got a big egg in the middle of it,
Right, okay.
and it's about 30 foot tall,
Right.
and it's got a ship inside it, and it's something to do with maybe Christopher Columbus or something. So he was Spanish, and I think it's his ship. I don't know the story behind it actually. I still don't know. But I walked past that, and there's a part called West End,
Yeah.
which is the pisshead strip. It's got nightclubs on it, bars on it, but it's where all drinkers go. It's not. The clubs aren't rave clubs. They're sort of like, they were still sort of playing chart music.
Yeah.
If you get me.
Yeah, like
I didn't fancy the look of it.
Your commercial club thing.
Pardon?
Like your commercial clubs in Sheffield.
Yeah, like commercial nightclubs. I'm ready, I'm taking it off. So I walked up, thank you. I walked onto, love you. I walked onto West End.
Yeah.
And I thought, I need a quiet bar to sit down and a cheap bar. and slightly off West End, there were a little road, and there were a bar there.
Yeah.
And it were half price drinks. So I've just gone to walk in, and I've heard Riley. Not shouted, which
Okay,
is
halfway across the world, no, literally halfway across the world, but...
which is my nickname sort of thing. So
Yeah.
Riley, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, oh, shouting me, they can't be me. So I carried on walking.
Yeah.
I went to the bar, got a drink,
Yeah.
went outside, and he's shouting again. So I looked to my right, and this kid who I talked to in winter, called Jonathan.
Yeah.
The sort of same name as me.
Yeah.
He's looking up at me and he went,
What, over in England?
He was from England, yeah. So I talked to him.
Oh, that same guy?
Yeah, same
oh
guy.
My God.
I bumped straight into him.
Wow.
Straight into him. And he's like, what are you doing? Where are you staying?
Wow.
And I'd not got an hostel. I didn't know that hostel rooms were only like a £5 £7.50 a night.
Yeah.
Which I would have gotten knowing that because I'd paid a £5 to put my tent a night.
Yeah.
On campsite.
Yeah.
So I went, campsite with my tent, my luggage and my bags there. I've got my passport, my cash here. I had 300 quid left.
Yeah.
I've not done bad out of a grand.
No, not at all.
And he went, listen, you can stay with us.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a bedroom, it's got 2 beds in, he says, but we've got a big double air bed.
Right.
What's in corner. He says you can lay it down, you can stay on that for a bit. So I went to my tent, left tent there, just got my bag, went straight with them. His mate were called Paul, who were there as well. Remember they'd done a summer already. So the new people, you know what I mean? What are you doing?
And he's trying
burying himself.
He's trying to get under. Yeah.
Get under the pillow.
Yeah. He's trying to get in his man cave, guys. Yeah.
So I moved in with them.
Right. What was that a villa? Did you say?
No, it weren't a villa. It was an apartment.
An apartment.
At back of San Antonio.
What's the difference in a villa than an apartment?
Well, a villa's a house on its own, stood up.
Right. Okay.
An apartment's in a block.
Yeah.
This is an apartment in you call this, it's a flat in England. In Spain, this is an apartment.
Yeah. It's not real.
Yeah. So, we had this apartment, and I stayed there all summer as it happened.
Right. How did you make sort of money then?
Well, that summer, what happened, right, is there were a kid from London, Usher, he were called.
Right.
That was his nickname. And he'd been there a few years.
Yeah.
So he was first contact that we made. Right. Obviously, there were a line of people, but we didn't know that. We thought he was main man at the time.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
You give him your passport.
Yeah.
You give you 20 pills, and
so ecstasy.
And an ounce of ash.
Right.
Solid.
So what made you obviously you didn't go from literally not knowing what you're going to do for money. Maybe back in your mind you probably got, I don't know, handing flyers out or promoting clubs or
that's what I thought I'd be doing.
Something like that, like we all would.
Yeah. But I found out how much they were paying.
Well, yeah, but so how can
the commission were hard to earn.
So was your friend who you spoke to in the club, was he sort of dabbling in this to start with?
He'd done this
before for the full
summer.
Yeah.
Before.
Right, yeah.
So we were doing the same thing, and they were living comfortably, believe me.
Yes.
So I got these 20 pills and this ounce of ash. I went back to ours. I cut the ash up into 8s.
Yeah.
Wrapped them in cling film. Put them all in a sealer bag. Down my bollocks.
Yeah.
Underpants on, instead of boxers. With down
the Speedos, guys.
Yeah, Speedos, yeah. And walked on West End and walked about. Went down near Fountains.
Is it called West End due to it being like London West End?
Well,
no.
It's just
the name.
The name of the road's West End.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I
just like the viewers to get a mental picture of stuff.
It's the main. Some people call it the Strip.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? It's a road that goes up to back of San Antonio.
Yeah.
San Antonio is on a hill,
thing.
and it's a road that goes up, and on each side are roads that go off.
Yeah.
And with bars on, and then the bigger bars are on the main drag.
Right. Okay.
And at the top is a couple of Welsh, English, Scottish, and Irish bars.
Yeah.
But they're all in a circle at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
How far it's got a bad reputation, but it is. Oh, the island itself's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, some at beaches.
Well, it's good in hell there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's some at beaches.
Isn't it?
And the crystal clear water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like paradise. I've been at a lot of places in the world.
Yeah.
And some beaches in Ibiza are better than beaches in in America and Mexico and.
Yeah, where you think, oh, that's going to be beautiful.
Paradise, yeah. It's different sort of.
Right.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But so did this summer selling ash pills. Got to end at summer.
What would you sell them for compared to England?
Well, sorry, I got these 20 pills and this ash. I thought, fucking hell, I've got to sell them now. I went out, within half an hour.
Did you think to yourself, oh my God, what if you don't sell? I've given my passport away.
I've given my passport.
I
was shitting myself.
I would.
I was shitting myself because I've not got my
sure
passport.
You guys, some of you guys.
I went on West End and within half an hour I'd sold a lot.
Wow.
I was asking, do you want any pills? Do you want any? Everybody was saying yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mate, sit down.
Was it
shouting
Euros then?
everywhere.
Were we on Euros
No, we
then?
were on pesetas.
Right, okay.
So I made
for 1E.
For 1E, I paid equivalent of £5,
right,
which were 1,000 pesetas,
right.
and I sold them for 2,000 pesetas. So
right.
each pill, I made a fiver.
So you double? Is that
Double,
no.
yeah. Doubled your money.
Yeah.
So at 20 pills, I made. What did I make?
God, right, okay.
Fivers, 20 fivers.
Oh, God, don't
Five
look
20s.
bad.
I made 100 quid.
Email the answer.
100 quid. I made 100 quid profit off pills.
Yes, yeah.
And then the ash, the ounce of ash, I had.
That's not ash that I used to smoke crack with, by the way.
No, it's solid. It's shit.
What would we call draw?
We call it draw or soap bar solid.
Yeah.
It weren't squidgy, it was rock hard, it were hard to cut.
You
had to warm it up.
Like,
warm it up and then cut it with a carving knife.
Remember. Right,
Because my mate once cutting it and cut end of his finger off with a carving knife. And I mean, he's still not got that finger's gone. Cut it straight through it.
Yeah, so you doubled up.
So I doubled up and ash made me more.
Like,
I made more off ash because an eighth sort of stood me to. What did it stand me to? To about £7.50. Right. But you'd sell an eighth.
Was it cheaper over there than in England, Ashton?
No, more expensive.
No, what?
To tourists, you'd sell it more expensive,
Yes,
but it was cheaper for me to buy.
And what about these? If you was to go and buy 20 pills over in England?
I was getting pills in England for tenors and selling them for 20s.
Right, so is that
I'd get 200
same?
pills. I'd sell 200 pills in a rave.
Right.
And then fuck off.
Right, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was good money.
Yeah.
The rave scene, but it's not like I said. The music started changing. There were a lot of dark jungle, which I didn't like.
Did the people change with the music?
Yeah. It started. You started getting a lot of people who weren't happy and weren't dancing.
Yes, that's what that
were
next,
more.
That's the
were
next
more.
question.
We used to call them wallflowers.
Right.
They'd stand against walls and just watch.
Yeah, like.
And just rock their heads.
Yeah.
And give you stares.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
That's
I mean.
like I say. That's my next question was. Do you think it's the music that influenced people's behaviour, or do you think it's the fact that happy hardcore, but like young people like me who thought we were bloody it and, you know?
It weren't happy hardcore that was a problem at times.
I know Ibiza were happy hardcore, but I was just using that as like an example. Like,
well, this country, it was dark jungle that was the problem.
Yeah.
It was like nightmare horror music.
Yeah, and do you think
it had voices from like.
Put people in like a different mindset.
Yeah, it had samples from sort of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. Okay. Oh, I've
At
never
beginning,
heard this. Right.
and then the chainsaw would kick up.
Yeah.
And that'd carry on into music, and it just made the club or the rave.
Yeah.
And your ecstasy weren't
a bit,
loving.
So you think
you weren't loving no more.
You'd expect to be on like a Halloween outing.
Yeah, it weren't Baby D, Let Me Be Your Fantasy type music.
Right.
It was coming from London and it was dark. I like jungle. I love jungle beats. And I like drum and bass.
I was never into
and I like drum and I love drum and bass because I DJ drum and bass now. Yeah. But the dark side of the jungle, when I listen to it nowadays, it's alright.
Okay.
But for a rave and when you took an E, it just weren't conducive to it.
Yeah, it weren't like compatible. So
No, it didn't. The happiness had gone out of raves in this country.
Because I mean, even
plus,
though you
plus I was getting psychosis, like I said, off there.
Well,
so I
now,
fucked off anyway.
with that then.
And the best place to go were Ibiza, where I took more fucking fat and coke and pills than anybody can ever take.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I did that summer.
Yeah.
At the end of the summer, we flew home.
Yeah.
60 quid to fly back or something.
Wow.
I started the winter in England.
Yeah.
That was 94.
When
so in 95,
I'm just going to
I
ask
drove
you about
out there.
London.
I bought a
winter.
car.
Well, when you come back from winter, from
Ibiza.
yeah, and it was winter. Did you sort of the people who you got away from, not got away from, who did you take out of the equation because you were thinking they were talking about you?
Yeah. Well, my psychosis had gone.
Yeah, so were you able to click back together straight away?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah.
I could talk to them, and I didn't think they were talking about me.
Right, yeah.
My psychosis had
And
cleared
did
up.
you go back
Because
and
I didn't
stop
take
clubbing?
no amphetamine while I was in Ibiza that summer.
Right, I
I
see.
weren't selling it, or
Yeah, you stayed away.
I ended
totally
up
from
selling
that.
it, but I
But
didn't
at that
take
time,
it anyway.
yeah.
I used to wear gloves when I mixed it and
And
stuff.
did you sort of, what were that group of friends still doing the exact same as what you left them doing?
Yeah, they don't change, do they? If you stay here, they were all getting married and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And settling down, and a couple had kids.
Did you sort of go clubbing, go raving again for the winter over here?
Yeah, but
And I bet you compared it and thought, this is nothing like
No, I didn't go to raves.
Oh, right, okay.
I went to Niche a couple of times. That had just opened. I thought, shit.
Yeah.
Bad atmosphere.
For those of you who don't know,
Shelley's had shut.
For those of you who don't know, Niche was called, when it first opened,
Nemo's.
Nemo's, that's it. Done.
And it were alright when it was Nemo's.
A little history lesson of Niche there for you.
A little chill out club.
Yeah.
But they're only one floor open.
Right.
You used to go in and go straight upstairs to this, which was still there when it was Niche. But they opened a big downstairs dance floor as well, didn't they? But I never liked bassline.
Right.
Bassline's too melodic and same. Each record sounded the same to me.
Okay. And are they? Like beat-wise?
They're very similar, yeah.
Yeah.
He did, when Jamie Duggan started making it himself, I think he sort of like realised it were a bit melodic and a bit sameish, and he started putting vocals into it.
Yeah.
And he made it better. He made it better.
Yeah, I used to go to Niche, but I'll be honest with you, I only really enjoyed Niche songs with female vocals.
Yeah, that's it. I would say.
To be honest.
And Jamie Duggan made quite a lot of female vocal
yeah.
bassline tracks.
Yeah, and he played a lot, obviously.
Yeah, which were alright. The female voices made it a happier type of music.
Yeah, and I think for women, guys, if you agree or disagree, comment. But I think for women like to sing along a little bit when they're dancing as well to each other.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of women enjoy female vocals.
Yeah.
Whether it be hardcore or house or.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I from my experience anyway, I could be totally wrong.
No, you're right.
Yeah. What do you want to make a fag? Or what? Is that what you want to do?
Well, a fag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want a second.
Yes. That's
I'll just go off camera for 1 second.
It's just having a little break. Coming back though, don't
You
worry.
can say what you want, you know.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a vote up, a poll, like a voting thing, to what you want to hear next. So there'll be prison in the UK, sort of what put him there, what sort of drugs that sort of not made him, but sent him to commit the crime. We'll get the other option will be what other options shall we have? Ibiza, sort of when he ruled the world, so to speak, being very violent.
Moved up the ladder,
excuse me.
Moved up the ladder.
Yeah, and
to the top.
Yeah, you was bringing people over, and he met a girl out there who used to go out with the DJ. And your third option will be sort of the funny times on the council.
Yeah.
So you can vote for them. Vote for those.
Vote for Ibiza because it's a lot better story.
No, but
I've got a lot to say about it.
We're having the next one though anyway, aren't we? With your time in abroad prison anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So
we're gonna. Go, are we stopping soon?
I don't know what we're on yet. We'll stop at about an hour, or whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm back in England, aren't I? Now.
Yes. Yeah. So 1 second. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask, and the next, like I said, the next one will be sort of banged up abroad. We're gonna for the hour then for the couch hour will be about his time in prison in banged up abroad. So if you want to ask any questions, just comment on this video and I'll ask it. Go on, carry on. So we're back in England in the winter.
Yeah, for the winter.
Yeah. Building snowmen.
Yeah, we got through the winter. I don't know. I shouldn't have come back really, but what it were, not made enough money to get through the winter.
To be able to live.
There's no tourists.
Yeah.
Now the rent goes down on the apartments, but still.
And you've still got some money saved as well, haven't you?
Yeah, in England, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd got plans in the back of my mind for.
Oh right, okay.
For that.
Yeah.
So
you didn't
I needed money to get me through winter.
Yeah.
So a grand sort of scraped me through.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean? Because I was selling a few pills at weekend
in England,
to friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And they were quite expensive back then.
So you were making a good markup on them.
Like, about 10 for a tenner now, or
well, they'd gone down. I think I was getting 200 for £7 each.
Did
and
the
selling
value
them for 15.
Ibiza hold? Was it being like a party central place?
Well, when I went out to Ibiza, a pill were going for a tenner. I told you that.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm just asking.
It's still a tenner now.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did you next?
Yeah, you can't. If you start selling them for less than a tenner,
they want to know why.
You'll get some people higher up, maybe, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's certain rules to Ibiza.
Okay.
You've got to be careful on West End.
Right.
Selling pills and whatnot.
Yeah.
The police and undercover patrol it, the West End.
Right.
But then there's another area called Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
And that's got like Cafe Del Mar, Mambo's.
Right.
And a couple of other bars.
Yeah.
And they face the sun. So the sun comes up, bang across the sea from them, and it goes down as well.
Right.
So you go down at like, say, 9:30 at night. Everybody's having a drink. It starts going a bit darker, and the sun's going down. And you watch it on a perfect summer night. You get a few every year.
Yeah.
There'll be not a cloud in the sky.
Oh, lovely.
The sun seems twice as big as it does in this country.
Yeah.
And it's bang in front of you.
Wow.
And everybody, the bars, but there's no beach. It's rocks. Wow. And then a wall.
That looks really nice.
A wall, and then like a long path that goes along with Cafe Del Mar, Mambo's, I think it's Catalina, and Savannah's another bar.
Right.
It's changed now, probably. But Cafe Del Mar and Mambo's are still there.
Right.
It's Radio 1 built a stage on the rocks.
Wow.
Covering the rocks.
Yeah.
So it's like you walk straight off the path onto the stage.
Yeah.
And they do concerts there.
Yeah.
They'll have DJs performing live.
What's that one where you was telling me about? Oh God, let me think. Like a chill out thing. You all kind of go to this place at the end of the night. Or is it the end of the season? There's some big event or something, and it's like on a beach.
Oh, the full moon parties you're on about, aren't you?
It might be.
Yeah.
Might not be describing it
every
right,
month, obviously once a month.
I don't know.
There's the moon's sort of like half into
Right,
and then it's
yeah.
3/4.
Yeah.
And once a month it's full.
Right.
So it's bright and it's big in the sky. And at the top of the island, because Ibiza's only a small island.
Is it?
Might be 8 mile wide and 16 mile long or something.
Right. All right.
And it's only small.
What's the population?
I don't know. No? I don't know, but I know that in summer season, for 5 months, there's 250,000 tourists.
Really?
Just in San Antonio.
Wow.
There's over 1 million tourists on island.
Wow.
But I think in winter there's something like 50,000 people live on island.
Yeah.
Or something.
So the clubs open for the locals then?
In the winter.
Yeah.
Pasha.
Yeah.
Well,
So I always often wondered
at
that.
Christmas.
I mean, good at skeggy and things. I think.
Christmas Eve, Christmas, Boxing Day night, New Year's Eve. They all open. Privilege will open, Amnesia will open, and Pasha will open, and Space used to open as well. But Space sadly is shut now. And that were voted best club in the world for 10 years on trot.
Really?
Absolutely amazing club. Something absolutely different. Weird as hell. Full of transvestites and weird dressed people. And it's bang in the middle of a place called Playa d'Embossa. And Playa d'Embossa is a family resort.
Really?
So when you queuing to go in there, and music is bass and bat loud. Across road is hotels with swimming pools with people shoving prams.
Wow.
And they come and they're taking photographs of all trannies on stilts and stuff like
I've
that.
not seen it before. Yeah, it's not quite it. Yeah.
It's it's gay capital of Europe. Ibiza town, and Playa d'Embossa is just round the corner from Ibiza town. See what it is? There's a dual carriageway that goes straight down centre of Ibiza. One end is San Antonio.
Yeah.
Halfway up is the airport.
Right.
Past the airport, you go in the other direction.
Okay.
You go to Playa d'Embossa and Ibiza town.
Yeah.
And that's it basically. Anything else is a beach resort that's off it, like Escanaba, Santa Eulalia, they're family resorts.
Okay.
But you'd go past Santa Eulalia and carry on through on dirt roads, and you get to a beach. What we just, no tourists would go to it because you need a vehicle to get to it.
Yeah,
and it's rocky roads.
Just what the locals know about.
Yeah. The sort of, let's say, the in crowd.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'd go there.
Yeah.
The DJs would go there after they'd performed. And,
right.
And they were sort of bars that didn't get anybody in till 4 in the morning.
Right.
But from 4 in the morning till lunchtime, they were full.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I can't remember the name of this. Blue Marlin, it's called. Right. This bar. And it's a beach, and you drive over the top of a hill.
Yeah. And
down to this beach.
Right.
And the hill's nearly vertical. So it's scary. So some people will not even attempt to drive down.
Yeah.
But we went down, and it's a brilliant bar. It's got a little pool at the back of it. It's got all trees around it. And it's the only bar on the beach. It's built bang in the middle of the beach, but obviously Mediterranean's not tidal.
Right.
So it's like a big pond, Mediterranean.
Right.
So it just, you get waves. That's because of wind. You know what I mean? Wow. So it's not tidal. It's not like the beach in this country. The beach floods.
Yeah.
And then
the beach film was good, weren't it?
Yeah. That's brilliant. Leonardo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so they can build a bar on beach and it doesn't get flooded.
Okay.
And I've gone there.
All right, Miles.
I've gone there before after Space. Space opens in day. Space opens at 8 in the morning.
What's that one where there's a shopping centre? You're telling me something about it?
Oh, that's Privilege.
Right.
It used to be called
Manumission.
Manumission.
People might remember
it's not, yeah, but Manumission was an event held at Cool Club. Okay. Right. Now that club holds 15,000 people. Inside it's got a swimming pool, which is full size, with a bridge over it.
They had live sex shows.
You used to have live sex shows on that bridge.
Were they actual couple then, who did it?
Yeah, they were husband and wife.
Were they?
Well, two brothers owned Manumission.
Okay.
And
what? So the event, the label Manumission.
Manumission owned by two brothers. Yeah. Right. They went out there with nothing.
Really?
Just an idea in their head.
You know.
To call a club Manumission. Well, obviously they were business-minded lads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they'd done promoting in England before.
Yeah.
They went out. They approached the owner of Co, which apparently at the time was an Italian mafia.
Okay.
Owned Co.
Right.
I think they've sold it now. I think it belongs to somebody else, a millionaire. But they changed the name to Privilege. So see, end at 97 it changed to Privilege, I think.
Right.
96 something. But Manumission were held there they used to call it Manumission Monday.
Right.
So every Monday.
You wouldn't think something like that would be held on a Monday, would you?
No, but it's Ibiza every night. It's a Saturday night.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's the problem. You've got to be careful because people used to burn out.
Yeah.
And have to go to hospital. And have to go home.
Yeah, well, no, the tourists.
The workers.
They
burn themselves out. Yeah. Staying up every night, working every night.
Then partying.
And then going to Space on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then having to go back to work at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Outside a bar and work all night till morning. And they get in bed in the morning.
They've got to work to work.
They go home whiter than what they got there. You never see sun, some of them.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True.
But the second summer, anyway, I bought a car in this country. We're only in first con. I bought a Rover 216.
Right.
For 300 quid.
Yeah.
I got it serviced, Spare.
We've jumped.
What have we jumped past?
We've jumped from. No, go on, carry on.
What have we jumped
No,
past?
no. It's alright, go on. No.
I've just winter.
Yeah.
Well, no, it happened.
Oh, right, okay.
Winter.
So what time? What time? When did you go back then? What's the season?
I went back in April.
April, right? Yeah. Okay.
The season clubs, the main clubs like Amnesia, Privilege, and Space didn't open till 10th of June.
Right.
And they only opened till September 29th.
Mm-hmm.
So they have opening parties and closing parties.
Right.
So
okay.
like a Monday Space will have its opening party.
Right.
Tuesday will be.
Do they do that then?
Amnesia.
Try and work with each other.
Oh, they work with each other, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't open on the same nights.
That's what I was wondering.
Well, they open on the same nights, but the main promoted nights, what they're going to get capacity crowds, are different nights.
Yeah.
Like I said, Manumission Monday.
Yeah.
And then you'd get Amnesia, Cream at Amnesia on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday, you'd get Ministry of Sound at Pasha.
Yeah. Gatecrasher, that was
Gatecrasher came out for a bit and did.
Did you ever Hot to Trot and Progress? And...
Yep. Yeah, Hot to Trot, Progress.
Yeah, I can remember
loads
them.
Every promoter you can think of has gone out there and had a go at it.
Yeah.
But the main ones what smashed it were Manumission, Cream, and Ministry of Sound.
Creamfields, that was really big.
Ministry of Sound were at Pasha. Pasha's then they could have open air clubs. Like Amnesia didn't have a roof on it and it was full of gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Privilege had a roof on part of it, and then it had an open part with just a glass dome, and it was called the Moo Room because all the walls were painted like cows colour, black and white.
Okay.
Not pictures of cows, but it was like they've got cow hides and stuck them all over walls. But the best DJ set I heard ever in Ibiza, well, there were two what matched each other. One was John Kelly, and he played he played in Moo Room from 4 in the morning till 9. And it shut at 9, Manumission, in the morning. But they couldn't get people out. Security were trying to get people out.
People stayed in the whole time as well.
It opened about 11:30, I think it was, when they kicked us out. And John Kelly played all the way through it. And they were playing Happy.
Hardcore.
Not Happy Hardcore. Happy. Drum and bass and piano tunes from the early 90s rave scene.
Right.
Mixed in with house.
Yeah.
Amazing set he played. The next best set were Up Your Ronson did.
Have it? Yeah.
Up Your Ronson did Space.
Yeah.
They only did it once. They did it once, and they had. I know they sound. They ended up. We only one famous record these, and it were Reel to Reel they called them.
Oh,
do you remember?
Yeah,
and that Zig and Zag ripped one of the records off. I like to move it.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to love that song.
Yeah, that went commercial and silly. And I thought Reel to Reel. I seen the list Up Your Ronson, Colcox inside, and then Reel to Reel live. I thought Reel to Reel, and we went, and it was fucking brilliant. Colcox DJ'd, while Reel to Reel MC'd.
Wow.
Because there were two black lads and they were wicked MCs. MCs. And then one of the black lads went on decks and played their set, which were a 2-hour set. And the music they played was Chicago house, but bouncy house. Okay. Oh, it was magic.
Was it?
Oh, atmosphere in place were amazing. Yeah. Everybody was kissing everybody.
Quite heard it like it before. Never been.
Never ever. Space was something different. It had a terrace outside, which were like a Roman amphitheatre, they could call it. And those be like rows of steps all around it.
Like
and a floor in the middle.
Roman times with the gladiators.
Yeah, and on one side were DJ box, but rest of it were all steps round. And when you went to the top of the steps, you got you looked out, there were trees and stuff, and you looked out and you looked across road to beach, and that's when you'd see families going past with prams taking photographs of Space. It was voted best club from 92 to 2002 when it shut in 2002. Sadly, God bless it. Wow. And I never missed a Sunday. I don't think in 5 years that I were there. Space.
Well,
every Sunday at 8 o'clock we were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got free passes for every club. They give you tags. It was like an army tag in America.
Oh, like them dog tags.
Like dog tags, but it said space on them, and that each bar got 4.
Right.
And I just get a bar owner like an 8th of coke, and he give me his pass.
Yeah.
And then I got one from ammunition off Charlie.
Because I mean, how much? Sorry, just quickly before we. But yeah, we've been talking for an hour.
I know.
Just quickly, how much would it have been to get in these
Back then?
Yeah.
Like 25 quids.
Right.
Like going on a rave in England. Do you know how much it is now?
Go on.
€100.
Wow.
80 to €100 to
Well,
get in.
like we were talking to me somewhere about tram lines. I can remember going for free.
Yeah, tram lines didn't
And
have
then
a
what
fence.
did we
Didn't have a
say?
fence round it.
£200?
£200, yeah. Piss take, innit?
Yeah, it is.
It was just Devonshire Green with a stage in the middle of it, first one.
Yeah, they're playing
With
on,
bands.
playing on students.
Arctic
and
Monkeys
aren't
played
they?
at first one. For nothing.
Yeah.
Just played, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, might be the second one.
I think it should be a lot cheaper because it brings people together.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? You know.
The happiness has gone out of that though, that scene. Nowadays, all kids want to be gangsters.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately, they
drill
bring
music.
that to whatever they're
That's
going
it.
to, don't
Drill
they?
music is depressing, gangster crap in my eyes. I love rap. I love rap. I love British rap. I love British rap.
Yeah.
What do I think about Reg 32?
Oh, we always have that.
It's amazing, Reg 32.
That's
Storms
that's
is good.
the we had to, he butts in on.
Yeah, Charlie
Charlie
Sloth
Sloth.
stops him while he's in full flow.
Fire in the booth we're talking
Fire in
about.
the booth, yeah. Watch it. Reg 32, Fire in the Booth with Avellino. Amazing. But
That's
pick
one
the
of his
version
favourites.
what's got Charlie Sloth
We ain't got
cut
fat
out of it.
fucker in.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to have to wrap it up a little bit now.
Yeah. So we've got to... I haven't gone back the second summer yet.
Right, okay, so we've got the second summer to cover, and I want to fast forward, I want to get to the prison, so we're going to have a bit of that.
You're telling them my downfall before I've had me up
No,
ride.
well, that gets people.
Let's go up first and then I'll go down.
Oh, where it come down.
Negativity. And
That's exciting though, the negativity one. I feel.
nice to have talked anyway.
But yeah, so we'll do a little. You vote on a little video, a little quick sort of topic that you're going to vote for, and then the main video will be like we just said, the second part. So thank you. Oh no, I want to just say.
You said that today.
Yeah, I'm saying thank you.
Thank you. Oh.
But
Thank you.
I'm changing it.
Anybody who's listening or watches it, thank you.
I'm going to put a link to his TikTok. What is it called now? SoundCloud.
SoundCloud and
SoundCloud,
TikTok.
which has got an album on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I've got 14 tracks, drum and bass tracks that I've made.
So
It's gonna be an album. It's gonna be when I get it together.
So see what you think. You know, if you like it.
It's
share
DJ Naturally.
Yeah, I'll put links.
E. So you say it naturally.
Right. Okay. I will put a link to it. And they will leave out your comments and let's see.
See what happens?
You can even make a song for somebody.
I could.
Right. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the couch in a few hours' time.
Yeah.
When we haven't been to sleep.
When we've had a sleep.
Right. Love you all. Thank you, darlings. And I know it's a little bit extra long, but you all enjoyed it, I'm sure. Say hi to Miles. Miles is tired. Right. Love you all. Bye.